Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the Daily Dose. This week, we are talking all about change. And today I want to talk with you about one question, a question that kind of lurks in all of our hearts. Why is change so hard? Why is change hard? And to start, I want to name something. It's a myth. I think we live with a myth, and the myth is this, that people hate change. People hate change. I, for one, don't believe that in the least. Because here's what I know about you. It's true about me. We really like new things, don't we? That shiny new pickup truck, that shiny new boat. We like new clothes. We like visiting new places. We like going to that new restaurant, trying new foods. We like new things. But even though we like new things, that doesn't change. Well, it doesn't change how we feel when we have to experience change in our lives. Change can be hard. And so I want to ask the question today, why? And here's what I want to suggest is the answer to that question. Change is hard because we routinely overestimate the value of what we currently have, our current circumstances, and we routinely underestimate the value of what we may gain by giving something up. Let me say that one more time. Change is hard because we routinely overestimate the value of what we currently have, our current circumstance, and we routinely underestimate the value of what we may gain by giving something up. This was true for the Israelites. They were enslaved under Pharaoh, that wicked Pharaoh. Moses said to Pharaoh, "Let my people go. Let them across the Red Sea out into the desert." But once they reached the desert, do you know what happened? They grumbled. They said, "We want to go back. At least there we had 3 meals a day. At least there we knew we had a bed to sleep on." Out in the desert, it says in Exodus chapter 16, verse 2, in the desert, the whole community grumbled against Moses and Aaron. And this would happen again and again and again. You see, what they were doing is they were overestimating the life they lived in Egypt. And they were underestimating the value of what they could gain by giving that life up. And so how do we navigate change? How do we do this? And I want to suggest today that we navigate change in a healthy way when we focus not on the what of the change, but we focus on the why of the change. Let me say that again. I think we navigate change in a healthy way when we focus not on the what of the change. We don't perseverate on the what of the change, but we focus rather on the why of the change. You see, that's what the Egyptians or the Israelites had to do. Again and again, God, through Moses, had to remind the people what God was up to in moving them from this place to another place. It says in the book of Exodus chapter 6, it says some words that God had for Moses and those Israelites. It says, "Therefore say to the Israelites, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from under the yoke, the heavy burden of the Egyptians. I will free you from being slaves to them. I will redeem you with an outstretched arm and with mighty acts of judgment. I will take you as my very own people." You see, they needed to be reminded of all they had to gain by making this journey. That God was taking them from one place to another place. That God was doing something new. They needed to focus not on the what of the journey that was hard, of not having food that they enjoyed. It was a hard trip. I can't imagine what it was like. Had they simply focused on the what, they would have never made it. But they focused instead on the why. That God was doing a new thing. And I suppose that's the same in every one of our lives. Who wouldn't argue that bringing kids into your lives, right? It's hard. If you were to focus simply on all you had to do for your kids to bring them into this world, from labor to making sure they get their homework done on a daily basis, we'd never have children, right? But instead we focus on why we have kids, because they bring joy and love and hope into our lives. if you've ever experienced an addiction. Sobriety is really hard. And if you only focus on what you have to give up, man, it's really hard. But if you focus on the why of sobriety, that you want a life of freedom, well, then it all makes sense. The same is true for churches. I mean, you know this. Churches change. The way we be church together, it changes. If we only focus on the what, well, we get mired. But if we focus on the why, that we're changing so we can reach the next generation, that we're making change so that those who don't experience the love of Jesus in their life, they can experience it. Well, wow, that makes all the sense in the world. You see, we do this thing, I think maybe it's an American thing, maybe it's just a human thing. We have this idea that the best of life is in the rearview mirror. I wonder if for this God of ours, if the best is always yet to come. I mean, that's how it was for those Israelites who were grumbling out in the wilderness. The best was yet to come. And folks, I believe with all my heart that that's true for you and that's true for me. Folks, we have a God who says, even beyond this life, you will have a heavenly home. Folks, the best is yet to come. Thanks for tuning in to the Daily Dose today. I hope you tune in all week long. Thank you so much. If you'd share this with somebody who maybe is struggling with change these days, I think just maybe it might start a great conversation between you and them. Have a great day.